Hey, hello, I'm Kråkan, also known as Chorus Cornick, so welcome to Yacc, yet another Crowcast where I pick a game I played for a week and then I talk about it. This week's game is Super Mario 3D Land for the 3DS. It was released in 2011, developed by Nintendo EAD Tokyo and published by Nintendo. And also with spoilers up ahead, just so you know, but first a little backstory. So yet again, this was a game that I had for a very long time, and as usual, as it goes, I didn't know what to play this week and I found this in a bag, so yeah, that's why I played it. So as I booted up the game, I realized I had an old save file on it that I haven't touched for ages. It was from the 4th of January 2012. You also had to create a Mii, which is kind of funny because you take pictures with the camera on the 3DS and you make your avatar or your Mii with it. And I looked super grumpy in the picture. I was like, I took some time and I made a new avatar, and that's always fun when games make you do that. So this game's story is really simple. It started out on a stormy night with some cool wind effect in 3D, and the next day Mario and three Toads are out and they found a letter, and there's some cool 3D effects to the letter as well, and apparently Princess Peach has been kidnapped yet again and it's off to World 1-1. I really like the design of this game. It's very colorful. The first level is just breathtaking in my opinion. You cross like a stream and there's some chop shops, I believe they're called, those red and white yellow fishes, and you gather up power-ups such as the raccoon leaf, and you collect coins to get extra lives and stuff. And just like the previous 3D Mario that I played on this podcast, you collect 3 coins on each stage. I think they're called star pendants. So about the end of the level there is some fixed binoculars. You can zoom in while using the R2 or R1 button, I should say. You can see Toad making a run from the jumping onto the flagpole, and just like any other Mario game, or the previous Mario game I played, I should say, if you land on top of the flagpole at the end of the level, you get a 1-up. There was also this cool effect. During the first level, you go through a small section through a tunnel, and during that section, the music actually changes. So they have some dynamic music as well, and I totally forgot about it. So on to level 1-2, which is an underground level. And if you collect a power-up, and this is just like the other Mario game, if you collect a power-up, it will be displayed on the screen below, so you can actually switch them out, so you can have an extra backup of power-ups. So on this level, it's also possible to rack up on extra lives, not that you need it, because this game gives you plentyfold of it. But you have this Koopa shell, and you can bounce it into a corner and basically get infinitive of 1-ups. And at each level, when you end it, the game actually saves, and that's a thing that's better than the previous Mario game that I played, because that game only saves at certain intervals, if that makes sense. So the next level is the mystery box, and this level contains a small challenge which is somehow related to the Wi-Fi feature Street Walk. So I went back to the other levels 1-1 and I collected all the star coins. I found one in a pipe up on a cloud, and it actually uses the 3D screen on this one to actually mess up the perspective. So if you don't use the 3D slider on your screen, you will never get to this platform because it's as I said, a shifting perspective. So now it's time for 1-3, the stage, and here you go through a platforming segment with bottomless falls, and halfway through the level there is a small flagpole that works as a checkpoint. And also figure out that you can do the ground pound just like in Super Mario 64. So you press the A button and then the L button, or you can also do a backflip. And the more I play of this game, the more I realized you can do all the movesets from Super Mario 64 actually. You can do the long jump, you can do the side jumpy thing, you can actually wall jump and stuff. And it doesn't tell you that you can, but it's a neat little trick that you actually can. And then it's on to 1-4, a long rail ride over a pitfall. And I genuinely don't like these levels, but this was a lot of fun. Generally, kart levels are my doom, and I don't want to talk about it, let's just say that. And then it's on to the mushroom house, and here you get some items that you can store. And it's just like the mushroom houses in Super Mario Bros. 3. You get a power-up, and that's pretty much it. And now it's castle time. So you go through a level, and you avoid lava and fire and firebolts, and at the end of the level, you press a switch, and you send the boss down into the lava. And once you beat the stage, you run to World 2, but before you do that, you actually get another letter from Princess Peach, and it's, as I said before, it's a cool 3D effect that they use on these postcards and letters. And then it's time for the first level on the second world. So this is a castle level, so basically you can locate these binoculars and you locate Tony, zoom in on him, and he will give you a star pendant, or he drops one for you to pick up. So as the week went on, I just played this game for fun. I didn't think about writing down facts about it. So one thing that I did was I had laundry on Saturday and I was hungover and I was waiting for the dryer to finish. And I had like 45 minutes. So in that time, I actually managed to beat 2 entire worlds. And I was like, wow, this game is really fun. And I totally forgot about the time. And it was a hard time actually putting down the game when you actually started playing it. It's way too easy, but it's the fun kind of easy, if that makes sense. So gameplay, and just like any other Mario game, you go through levels and you beat the bad guy in the end and you save Peach. Control, the circle pad is movement, the B and A button is jumped, the X and Y button is run, or use the raccoon tail or throw fireballs if you have those power-ups. D-pad is camera, changing the angles. I didn't really use it because the camera has a nice fixed view, if that makes sense. And you also have the movesets such as the wall jump and the long jump and the ground pound, and I don't think they're necessarily told, but maybe in the manual. I don't have the manual for this game. I totally lost it back in the day, but the movesets are there, but you don't need to use them to beat the game, if that makes sense. Graphics. So this game is really colorful, it's smooth looking, the 3D effect is almost perfect, and each level has something fun and new to show. So overall, it's a really good and nice looking game. Sound and music. Asuka Hayasaki, Takeshi Hana, and Mahito Yokota made the music for this game, and it's very jazzy, upbeat kind of vibe, and I totally can recommend it. Listen to it on YouTube. Easter egg, secrets, and glitches. So if you beat the castle level S1, you have the ability to play as Luigi, and during the earlier levels you can actually perform the level 1 up glitch where you bounce on a Koopa shell almost infinite for infinite lives. In conclusion, I wrote, yes, play it, it's awesome. I really like this game, it looks good, it sounds good, it feels great to play, and it's, it makes me happy. So the only negative thing I can say about this game is that I feel a bit sad that I forgot that I even had it, because it's a great game. It's a little bit easy gameplay wise, but it's the right kind of easy that's, you beat a level in a couple of minutes. Some levels are even under a minute. The challenging bit is collecting the star pendants, but that's a fun little challenge. And overall, I had very fun playing this game this week. It didn't feel like I was, obligated. That sounds bad, but I didn't feel like I had to play the game for the total experience, but I wanted to play it for the podcast and for myself and all that. So yeah, I can definitely recommend this game if you can find it anywhere. Yeah, I highly recommend it. So anyway, thanks for listening and or watching, and take care.